got our podcast, thinking you should watch it. If you driving, man, it's good for you to listen. No, we keep it real. No, we spit it raw. Sports dialogue. No, it's good if I'm involved. No, we're not the news. We just cool dude with nobody to impress. Just talking our shit. Call it pressman coverage. Pressman coverage.
Welcome, everybody, to Pressman Coverage, a podcast dedicated to you, the fan. Today, we are putting on our general manager hats. Today is the day where we tell you what is our perfect offseason. Now, a caveat before we do anything, this perfect offseason is going to be slightly realistic, slightly a dream. We know what Randy is going to do. That's why I gotta just tell everybody. But
he's going to be capping.
There's going to be a lot of capping, and he's not going to care about the cap space. No, I'm just playing. We got to put it up. But before we do anything, got to introduce the crew. Captain Cody Moore. Talk to the people, baby.
I got the best offseason that's going to lead us to the Super Bowl next year, boys. Y'all just wait and see.
I love it. Sauce?
Hey, man, we're here, man. We're here for the perfect offseason. I ain't going to lie. Liam put us on the chop block this go round, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to come out, man. We got to go from the top, the head coach, all the way down to the lunch lady staff. And I mean, it's going crazy. He wants us to field this complete team to come up with the perfect offseason. So we here, man. We here to do it today, man. Liam, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I even had you guys hire a new general contractor for the stadium. I mean, I'm
that's
not
right.
I'm not going.
I got Mama Moore cooking up
good.
shrimp and grits for Jeffrey
That's
Simmons.
it.
He's a big Cajun guy, I heard.
Hey.
Somebody got to do it. He don't eat that stuff no more, though. That's all project. He don't do that.
T-Sweat can't eat it either. He's got Caesar salads and maybe some grilled chicken.
Right. Exactly. Man, okay. Well, again, the perfect offseason. The first thing that we did as a group is we sat back and we talked about the upcoming free agents that the Tennessee Titans had. Who would we retain? Who would we cut? The majority are just cuts. And then we had a conversation attached to that, okay, who's not up for free agency, but we feel like shouldn't be around. So what we're going to do is we're going to go category by category. We're going to start off with who our cuts are. So these could be either bigger names who are actual free agents that we don't want to re-sign, or they're guys who aren't pending free agents, but it's just time to let go of them. So to start it off, we've got Captain Cody Moore's cuts. Talk to the people about who you're just simply letting go.
All right, man. So who I'm putting on the chopping block, who I'm kicking into the ocean. No raft allowed. Starting off quick and fast. We're getting Calvin Ridley. We're getting him off this team. I'm sick of him. I've been sick of him for a long time. He was hurt this past year, so now he's a health hazard, drop hazard as well. And, with my next few moves I'll have going into this offseason, I think my fans will be pretty happy with my replacements for Mr. Calvin Ridley. Okay. Going next, I'm cutting L'Jarius Sneed. All right. Again, this is just another complete failure. One of his worst qualities about himself is that he's a ran guy. We're de-ranning the team 100%. And that may be a bigger flaw than, him shooting up a car dealership in some people's eyes. Yeah, allegedly. He may have not done that, but it's not allegedly that he's a ran guy. And we're de-ranning the team. All right. Who else am I getting off? TP. Get him out of here. He's old. I appreciate it. He greased the wheels. He greased the wheels for the second half of the season. That's all he's got. I say move on. Get out in front of it. You don't want to be on the second half of having a running back who's on the decline. You don't want that on your team. You don't want that for Cam Ward. And then I'm letting, former Gator Van Jefferson. I'm so sorry, but you are also off the team. Look, we appreciate you. You're a good leader this year. But you're a wide receiver 5, and we can replace you with another wide receiver 5. So let's just I'm gonna get that started. What y'all think about that, boys?
My biggest issue is TP. I'll be honest with you. I know that Randy, because he looks like TP, is going to, side with you, but that's
what I'm saying.
We have holes to fill, and I think that we could end up just kicking the can just a little bit further. We got Spears, we got Pollard. Like, just kick it. kick the can. He's going to have another 1,000-yard season. Just let it be, man. No need to start a fire when the water's already great. We're just chilling in the house. Get the matches, put them down, sir. Sauce, what do you think?
Actually, now that you spoke his name, I would cut Spears too. I completely forgot to say that, but I'm revamping the entire room.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Sauce?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not mad, and I'm glad you said that, Cody. I thought I was gonna have the hot take and say I'm cleaning out the complete running back room. I'm starting fresh. I'm starting clean. It's time for a new. Let's roll out the carpet for some new talent. I'm with Cody on this one, man. I can't lie. Now, I do disagree with the Ridley cut, and we'll get to that, but I'm not a big fan of the Ridley cut. Like, I think we don't know how good we actually got it with Ridley in that room and contributing, but that's me.
Yeah. Yeah. If I had to give you a grade, Cody, probably a C minus. Like you are essentially making Rand Carthon moves in the reverse, just cutting everybody. Goodness gracious. I know he signed everybody.
And at least I'm getting out ahead of it instead of being like Rand Carthon, be like, free agency happened. Oh, I'll just go get DeAndre Hopkins. I'll go get him last minute. I mean, he procrastinated on free agency. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Look, man. Sometimes you just gotta just wait.
It's like he started looking at the doc. He's like,
Hopkins got cut late, man.
I can get him.
I mean, what do you need me to do? Okay, all right. I'll go ahead and go through mine. When it comes to who I'm cutting, I am all right. I've got a little different philosophy than Cody, obviously. I'm cutting Snead. Okay, that's obvious.
Oof.
My must keeps, all right? Snead was my primary cut. I think, if Sauce is keeping Snead, we'll talk about that in a second. I think anybody who has a true hairline should be cutting Snead. So we'll see what Sauce does, and you guys will be able to tell who's who, all right? My absolute keeps are, we'll get this simple one out of the way. Johnny Hecker, I'm keeping Johnny Hecker. He wasn't a just all-world, but I'd rather have somebody who is at least
superstar,
consistent, you know what I mean, and just keep him there. So Chigakonkwo is one of my keeps. I think the chemistry that Cam and Chig built together, him being the leading target for him both in receptions and yards, means something to me. I love having a pass-catching tight end as an option, even if he's not leading the team in snaps. Having a guy like that who can come in and be dynamic is important to me. Sebastian Joseph Day, I think you can never have too much defensive line depth. Sebastian had one of his better years this year. I'm not going to say he's on the incline, but I think he's just a steady piece. He's the guy who's going to come in, give you consistent snaps. He never gets hurt because his hips are built like Auntie Judy Booty. And he is somebody
Auntie
Aunt your mama for sure. Got a lot of syrup in that thing. Goodness gracious, boy.
Get them hash browns scrambled, scattered, smothered.
With cheese, boy. But so, I'm definitely keeping SJD. I think he's just a pivotal piece to just keep that depth. Having Sweat, Simmons, and SJD, you don't really have to touch the rest of the interior defensive linemen. You can keep getting undrafted free agents until you hit on one for the next year or so. And then my final two, I am keeping Tony Pollard for the things I just mentioned. I won't run through that again, but I think that he's just a solid piece, and I don't want to keep getting rid of solid pieces just for the sake of it. And Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, to me, is all the receivers that we have on the team right now. He's the guy who, if he went for 100 yards in 3 straight games, I would not be shocked. I'm like, okay, he's doing what he's supposed to do. If that happened with Ellick, it happened with Chim, Van Jefferson, even, Chig, anybody, I would be like, oh my goodness, what has happened? He must have had super serum. And I say that to say Calvin Ridley's potential, his floor to me is higher than the ceiling for some of the guys we have in the wide receiver room right now, including Chimere DK. If you ask me, I just think that Calvin Ridley is a piece that Cam could connect with. Sauce, you mentioned it last episode in the preseason. And yes, it's the preseason. I get it. There was so much promise. And sure, Calvin Ridley starts off slow. All right. You give me 12 really solid, high-end wide receiver 2 games a year, I'm taking it. It is what it is. It is what it is. The biggest thing is you're not going to find a free agent, in my opinion, that's actually going to be available. But this is a perfect offseason. I get it. That's going to be better than Calvin Lador Ridley. I don't know his middle name. Talk to the
Is that
people.
really his middle name?
Yeah, I made that up completely.
Okay.
Cody, what do you think, man?
I mean, we've had our discussions on the whole Tony Pollard thing. I think that, eventually the decline will happen. I just think you just want to get out in front of it. You apparently want to take that risk, high risk, low reward, to be completely honest with you. He's not getting you
1,000 yards is not a low reward.
He's not getting you
It's solid.
1,500. He's not getting you 1,500 yards. He's getting you 1,000. And that was carried off the back of like 3 crazy games. But that's fine.
I don't care what
if
the back it was on.
that's fine. And listen, I understand wanting to keep Calvin Ridley, somewhat. But I just think, man, you've got all this cap space. You go out there and you make somebody the highest paid wide receiver, and he's easily replaceable. And he probably takes a lot more of the defense than Calvin Ridley ever would, if I'm being completely.
Sauce, talk to me about me deciding to keep Chig because Cody cut him to the curb. What do you think?
I think it's a huge mistake. But you didn't cut
put him in your keeps.
Oh yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, he already wrote his goodbye letter. I'm just taking his his messages as he don't think he's coming back.
Pressure on the front.
I didn't put the gun in his head. He put it to himself.
Water gun.
The water gun.
YouTube. All right, Sauce, talk to me, man.
I think with you keeping Chig is the best GM decision that you honestly could make, and I'm not even gonna hold you. That's probably the best move on that list. Now the TP thing, I totally disagree. We got to let that old man walk. Them knees are about done. Who else? I mean, I'm not mad at the Morgan Cox. And did you keep Morgan Cox, or was it
Cox and Hecker? Morgan Cox is a lifetime
that's the
deal.
core
I don't know why we always sign him to a 1.5 deal. Feels like just give Morgan Cox a lifetime deal. It is what it is.
Let him retire here. I'm
you
not
gotta
mad
keep
at that
Sebastian
either.
Joseph Day too, because his mama brings great apple pies to the practices. You know she does.
Well, you definitely know she does.
Man, you don't get that bill without some good apple pie.
She says, "My boy likes to eat now."
He finally,
I made a few extras
she got
this week.
she got him a few pieces in a Ziploc in the double.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
He brings a sack lunch of what Mama Joseph Day made.
Kroger
For
bags
my
full of
baby.
pies.
Like that.
Fine. I'm on the rise. You know his hips don't lie. All right. Sauce, talk to me. Tell me your cuts, your keeps, any surprise names.
Yes. So surprisingly, I'm not too far from you. I'm actually on my keeps. I'm keeping Ridley, of course, because I feel like he's a foundational piece for this team. Him and Cam Ward's chemistry has been just electric, and we just didn't get to see the full span of it. So if he's not
Electric
on the last, when we seen it, it was electric. We just didn't get to see it develop.
There was
some low voltage, but maybe there was some
It's low
electricity in
voltage. Hey, voltage is voltage, baby. You still can get shocked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I'm keeping Rid, man. I'm keeping Ridley, and just whatever I want to supplement in the free agency, I'm going to add to that room. I think these young guys need a veteran like Calvin Ridley, and I think he's a good teammate, honestly. My second one, man, this DB team is so depleted. Snead is not a necessary cut. If it's not if he's not hindered by the the lawsuit and everything like that, I'm keeping him because I mean, listen to me, hear me out.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, we're listening.
Hear me out. Snead, and we've seen this firsthand. Snead has not had the best light in the media this year. That's because
he allegedly shot somebody. Yes, you're right.
He
Allegedly.
Nico Collins and then got cooked.
It's still an ongoing case, allegedly.
And then he said, "Hey, media team, on the little move out day, he said, I'll be right back to talk to y'all." And then
He's
slipped
out
out the
later.
back door.
PK was so quick. He's like, he said he's gonna be back. He never came.
And then Snead responded to him, "I'm sorry, I had to talk to the GM." Shut up.
Shout out Steve, man. I like that. I like that energy. But
crazy.
I'm just saying,
leaving people is crazy.
It's a good Irish goodbye.
After you tell him you're gonna be
See
back.
ya.
Yeah, I'll be back, y'all. Give me 1 second, all right?
Where's next?
Yeah, he did the
That's
Rick Ross.
wild.
He did the Rick Ross for real. But
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. But I definitely think Snead is a valuable piece, whether if he's on or off the field. Like, we seen off script, off camera, that Snead was still pouring into these young guys, even some of the guys that's being brought off the street. Yeah, it wasn't televised. Yeah, it wasn't. But if you were there at the games in person and you seen Snead on the sideline or at the practices, he was actually pointing into these young guys, giving them game, giving them tips, giving them pointers. He was there as a supportive cast. He just didn't like being in the forefront. So if he doesn't have any, legality, can't speak. If he didn't have any legal situations that's hindering him or holding him back, I'm keeping him. So I think him, I would continue to supplement from the free agency around Snead. I would supplement around Ridley. Also, I'm re-signing Cheek. I'm re-signing Corey Levin. He balled out this year when it was time for him to be called up. Sebastian Joseph Day. Also, I'm bringing him back. I'm not mad at Jahad Ward and his production, man. I think he'd be a good rotational piece. Yeah, I would bring him back on a vet minimum. Also, DBJ, he wasn't that bad, man. I mean, I know he's going viral right now for trolling people. And if you don't understand when they're talking about the NFL script, people, it's a joke. It's trolling. It's sarcasm.
Yeah, we need a
satire.
Good Lord.
Yeah, let's not make the Titans go viral.
Jones respond to him on Twitter.
He said, how you not going to tell me I'm getting traded?
So fans.
He's like, we were locker mates.
Fans, please relax, man. It is a joke. But I'm bringing him back, man. I think when he was called on in dire times, he stood up to the plate. Sometimes he got burnt, but it comes with playing DB. You win some, you lose some. But I'm not mad at him being a rotational piece. My cuts, Arden Key, Sayonara, TP,
Agreed.
Deuces. I'm throwing him out, man. 1,000 or not, hit the door. Spears, if he can't take $200K with incentives out of this world, you got to reach 1,000 yards, 1,000 catches. I'm paying him the minimum. And if he don't want to take it, he can
He's still under contract.
See you later, buddy.
He's still under contract.
I'm sliding him.
Contract.
Man, I'm reducing him and sliding him a disrespectful contract. And just what are you going to do about it? We'll cut you. What are you gonna do?
Incentives is crazy.
That's
you're paying this man like a high school principal, bruh. This is crazy.
You gotta take a physical every week. I'm talking about like crazy stuff. Like I'm
off-season drug tests and everything.
Yeah, we need to see you at the Boys and Girls Club. I'm talking about just crazy stuff, like on his off days. Like I want to see that.
You
and
put
if not,
in
he's
community service?
Yeah, community service. Yeah.
You got one of those high-level jackets picking up trash off the street?
I need to see you pour it back into the community.
Said he got to blow in one of those tubes and start up his car like he got a DUI. Oh, man.
Disrespectful contract. If not, he's gone. But that's what I have so far on my on my pieces, man. What y'all fellas think, man? I think it's pretty good, right?
Look, I can't even speak right now, man.
Hey, bro, the Tajay Spears was just,
Tajay Spears, man, if he comes back next year, he's your RB3 and your third down back. I think you guys feel a lot better about him, man. Like
I'm joking around.
Third, fourth round running back. You guys will feel better about Spears being just a third down back. And then the rookie we pick up slowly but surely eats in the TP's carries. We don't have to thrust every single running back we have or every single rookie we have into a starting spot. Do you guys realize that good teams don't always have to do that? We just have had to do that because we've been so terrible. Let the young cat come in, do his thing. Let him slowly take some of Spears' spots, slowly take some of the carries away from TP, and then we good. Slow roll it, baby.
Yeah.
You want Jeremiah Love to come in and do what?
Just send him to the sun.
All right.
Would y'all re-sign Joey Sly? Let me ask you real quick before we get out of here.
I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that. He can't even scratch his knees. Like, I can't do that, bro. like, no.
He can do curls, though.
Great
Yeah,
beard,
he can
though.
definitely do curls. That's his favorite exercise. But seriously, though, he's just not consistent enough. Just go find Nick Folk. Get him back. Man.
Right,
Get him back.
dude. Go get my
Uncle
45-year-old
Nick,
kid.
man. I love Uncle Nick. Okay, let's jump into the free agent signings. These are from other teams, not re-signings, but signings. I'll go through mine. I'll let Cody get his out the way. Then we'll follow up with Sauce, and then Sauce is going to hit you with his coaching candidates too. Get ready to laugh. Okay, so for my free agents, I think Cam, the way he plays, because, sometimes he throws the ball late. Sometimes he's throwing it back across the middle. Guys don't get open quick, whatever. He needs a big-bodied receiver. I am paying Alec Pierce $22 million a year to come and be our wide receiver one. That's what I'm paying him to do, all right? Calvin Austin, wide receiver from the Steelers. Short speedster. I want a guy who can continue to stretch the field. Yes, he's going to be wide receiver 5, maybe even 6. I don't care. I want a guy who's going to come in and actually be a threat as a receiver, but also in the times or in the event that Chimere DK really shines, we take him off of kick return. We can leave him on punt return, and we have another return option as well. So Calvin Austin, Pittsburgh Steelers is who I'm picking up. Adafe Owe, edge rusher, showed himself last night in the game against the Patriots. He's a Chargers guy. He's a guy who played well with the Ravens, came here. I think he had 6.5 sacks and another one last night, and he came late on when it comes to
He had
that. So
3 last night.
did he have 3 last night? Goodness gracious.
He
I
had
fell asleep
3.
at halftime.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. So Adafe Owe is a guy I'm picking up. A guy who Titans players know a decent bit about, Alontae Taylor. He was a very physical corner when we played him in the Saints game. He's pretty fluid. He's got some things to work on. Yeah, he's not the best corner in the world, but I think he's a very solid 2 to 3 year stopgap piece for us. He's young. I think he's around 25, a guy who will continue to work for us. And then finally, I'm signing another corner because we need as many as we can get. So I'm bringing in Cam Taylor-Britt from Cincinnati. Sure, Cincinnati's not known for having anybody on defense except for Trey Hendrickson, but I'm taking Cam Taylor-Britt. He's another piece who's just a reliable, solid veteran. To me, he's the same as what Chidobe Awuzie was for us last year, except a little bit younger. He's that guy for me. I'm bringing him in to just shore up our cornerback room. No, we're not going to have any world beaters, but it's enough for any defensive coach to come in and work with, and I don't have to worry about what am I doing every week. Then plus goodness gracious, Marcus Harris gives us a lot of opportunity to really expand in the secondary. So I'll take a step back. Sauce, Cody, what y'all think about what I did in free agency?
I'm not mad. I like it. It's a lot of good depth pieces. It's a lot of good foundational players that you want to, supplement in the draft around. Like, I like it. That's, and it's goodwill money spent, honestly. I ain't got no hate on it. I ain't got no hate on it.
Lim, man. You see what I'm saying? No hate. And now let's go, Cody. Just go ahead and round it off. Tell everybody it was perfect.
Listen, I like Alec Pierce. He's 47 catches for 1,000 yards, 21 yards a catch is absolutely ignorant. And the year before that, he had 22. I mean,
What?
22 yards a catch. I mean, it's just he is the dream deep threat for a team. I do appreciate that. I would, I like your free agents. They're a little bit more realistic than what I kind of went through and put for mine, and I appreciate that. Owe was 7.5 sacks. I mean, Adafe Owe he's a very solid player. He went crazy last night against the Patriots. I mean, I thought Ray was going to spit out his dip and go for a full cigarette. He was getting so frustrated watching him just blow by Will Campbell. And, I think as far as like Cam Taylor-Britt, I think there's better options out there for corner that we could potentially maybe pay a higher price for. But Cam Taylor-Britt's definitely a solid option. I'm not mad at that at all.
Okay. That's fair. Cody, talk to the people, man. Again, this is our perfect offseason, all right? Cody, if you were living in a perfect world, what would you do?
If there's sunshines and rainbows and ski masks anywhere you can find them, I'm bringing in George Pickens.
Ooh.
George Pickens, I'm instantly, he is instantly the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL if we bring him in. 93 catches this year, 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. And he's not just a deep threat. I mean, he catches the ball and he gets going. Run after catch is awesome.
As a wide receiver,
I'm bringing
too.
in, and listen, No, that's a wide receiver one. You kick Ridley to the curb. You're talking about him on the Cowboys. Yeah, you kick Ridley to the curb. You say, hey, ski mask allowed inside the facility. I get that he is patently insane, but sometimes you got to deal with little crazy people. Like we said, we went from a culture that was going to help grandma cross the street. We need somebody that's going to split grandma's cheeks wide open. George Pickens will do that for us. Secondly, I'm bringing in Kyle Pitts. If I can bring in Kyle Pitts,
Is this a Florida
I'm doing
thing?
it. I mean, it's a. Let me tell you what it is. It is a 88 catches, 928 yards, and 5 touchdowns thing. That's what it is. Something that Chigakonkwo can only see in his dreams. And again, this could be potentially keeping Chigakonkwo as well because you can split Kyle Pitts out to wide receiver. That could be your potentially wide receiver 2. You supplement that with Chig at tight end. You got Chim and Gunner and Ellick. You still got all of them on your team. And then let me tell you this, I'm going to go get Trey Smith. Trey Smith to play guard to replace Zeitler, or I'm just going to resign Zeitler. Trey Smith is a phenomenal guard. I think that he coming in would be a upgrade over Zeitler, but if we just resign Zeitler, I would not be mad at that. And then this is the big boy. All right, this is the one where, Borgo, he gets a little crazy. He goes to draft day and he says, "Hey, Oakland," or "Hey, Las Vegas, I want Max Crosby. What's it going to take?" And Max Crosby's already mad. He doesn't want to be there. His knee's already hurt. He just had surgery. Hey, give us that discount. We'll give you a second, maybe a third-round pick. And we can finally get some good pass rush because Femi Oladejo isn't going to provide it. That can supplement to go along with Jeffrey Simmons and Tavondre Sweat. And, that's a perfect offseason right there, boys. We're scoring 40 points a game, and we're potentially, getting some sacks, unlike Femi. Respect. I had some wine when I was making this.
Yeah, I bet you did. Sauce, do you have any comments before I tear this list apart?
Hey, man, I'm going to let you get him, man. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to let you get him.
Look here. The biggest thing I have an issue with is Kyle Pitts. I was fine with everything until you said potentially splitting him out wide as a wide receiver 2.
That's what he does.
Let's not be the team. Okay, this is
Jimmy
a
Graham
Rand
did
decision.
it. Jimmy Graham
This is
did
a
it.
Rand decision right here. We're falling for the one good year thing that happens. And now we're just, oh, man, you played really good last year in a contract year. Let's go sign you so you can get hurt first week and miss 5 games. Like, I'm not doing that with Kyle, man.
Or, I'm a seal, or he's just now starting to hit his potential prime, and he's 25 years old. He entered the league at 20. And now he's hitting his physical prime. He's hitting his peak, and now he's going to be doing it for the Titans.
The Max Crosby trade and George Pickens, I'm good with. I don't care if that cleans out what we have in our $100 million and all we can sign is vet minimums. Look, an edge rusher like that and a wide receiver is going to be here to build with us and build with Cam, more importantly. I'm all in for. He's the only potential available wide receiver 1 on the market. He was a wide receiver 2 and had 1,400 yards. Come on, man. So I'm all in on that. Again, if we could trade for Mad Max, do it. One reason why is because I think he's also a culture builder. Yes, he's done a little bit of diva stuff in the media. Oh, you sending me home. Then he has surgery next week, whatever. But he plays hard every single play, man. Him and Jeff, that would make us one of the most palpable edge rushing units or just pass rushing units in the league. You already have the best pass rushing defensive tackle in Big Jeff Simmons, and then a top 5 edge rushing edge guy in Max. I'm good with it. With it.
And then, again, I forgot to say one. I would get Jalen Watson or Greg Newsome for a corner position.
That's fair. I like Jalen Watson. I'll take a Chief. I'll be honest with you. As long as it's not Steve.
Borgo's already got a relationship with him, so why not?
I'll take it. Sauce, tell us about your free agent moves.
Yeah, man. So I took more of a conservative approach in the free agency signings. We didn't spend too much, but we did take some swings. Watson was, I like that Cody Watson was one of my cornerbacks that I did take a swing for to just build some depth. I kept Snead. So pairing them up with, with, just bring that tandem back and, hey, man, Tennessee
Tennessee
Chiefs, man.
Chiefs.
Yeah, pretty much. My next cornerback, man, was Jamel Dean, man, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. You know, he had a breakout season this year. Only allowed 16 catches on 37 targets and 212 yards. I mean, you know, he had 3 interceptions this year. He had a pretty good season, man. I think, you know, you can give him a pretty good sizable contract and just bring him in, man. I like that. And my biggest swing that I took, other than that, I'm building through the draft. We're going to get Brees Hall. We're going to get Brees Hall. We're bringing him in. I mean, you know, the stat speaks for itself. I mean, the man is still young. He's only 24. I mean, you know, hell of a career this year. I mean, with a terrible team, over 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, that's our playmaker. That's what we're pairing up with Cam Ward. We're gonna go give him whatever bag he wants. We're bringing him into Tennessee, and then from the rest of that, we're just building through the draft. So that's what I got so far. I didn't spend too big in free agency. Not too much.
Well,
We got that
I'll
100
be
mil. We're
honest,
gonna
man,
continue to
that's-
roll it over.
Are
that's
we gonna
pretty
spend it
solid.
on the stadium? Like, what are we doing?
I mean,
Spend
hey,
that
man,
money.
Let's roll over $80 million.
Hey,
Like,
golly.
golly.
I'm gonna take my 2 big swings and we're gonna build through the draft. We need young talent.
Who are your big swings?
Brees Hall. I'm going to give him whatever it takes.
A running back big swing is $10, $12
4
million
four
a
years
year,
for
man.
$48 million. Son.
I mean,
You
I'm
ain't
not
breaking
getting.
the
I
bank.
don't think. To be real with you, I mean, I would love to, you know, in a perfect offseason, offer George Pickens a contract, but I don't think realistically he'll be available. So I don't think I'd be able to even take a swing at him. Now,
That's fair.
you know, I like the Crosby thing. If it's some way to finagle that, I love that idea, Cody. Like if it's some way to, you know, offer some future capital for Max Crosby to add on there with Jeffrey Simmons and Savondre Sweat, I love it. But other than that, I'm gonna just build through the draft. We got the money. I mean, when it comes, you know, you'll know when to take the swing.
I guess I don't understand the thought of we got the money and we'll build through the draft.
This free agency doesn't like. It doesn't just jump off the charts. Like it's not like you gotta. I mean, I like what Liam did. He went and picked up little pieces of broccoli here and, you know, some cucumbers there. He went healthy grocery shopping. Like,
Eat
Yeah,
your
he's
Wheaties.
he's,
for
he's
me-
getting people their vegetables for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And with you, we're going
I'm going-
parched. We're going
Rice and
hungry, bro.
beans.
Yeah,
And ramen noodles, man.
ramen noodles, $2.
Brees Hall's
a
ramen
packet.
noodles.
Brees Hall
That's
is
big.
the ramen.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Consistent.
Crazy.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Everybody else is ramen.
Jamel
with
Dean, I mean, he had
seasons,
a hell of a year this year, man. I like
like
him.
Dean.
I'm going to
Dean's
spend for
good.
him, and I'm going to
I
get
like that
Watson.
pickup.
I'm going to give me 2 cornerbacks, a running back, and the rest. I mean, I'm gonna let Zeitler walk. I think it's time for Jackson Slater to step up. I think he can be a great guard, in my opinion. So I'm not spending that on Zeitler. He stayed hurt majority of the season, anyways.
I wish we got to see more of Jackson Slater. You know, from the 16 or so pass snaps he had, he was solid. He was solid. You know, most of the guard free agency, you know, you've got your top guys who are all 30 plus. Benito or Botinio, excuse me.
Yeah.
Wyatt Teller, Zeitler. You've got Pittsburgh's guard as well. Braden Smith, which he's a tackle, but they've got him listed in the guard spot too, just in case. You know, so you've got some older guys who were there. Then you got some younger guys you'll be taking a swing on, the Evan Neals of the world, Elijah Vera Tucker, Robert Jones, the guys who are kind of falling out from that draft class a few years ago. So
Yeah.
I get it. You know,
I think Jackson Slater could rise to the occasion, in my opinion. I mean, we haven't been able to see it, but I just got the feeling that he has the tools and the traits. Like where we drafted him and then the prospect of what he was. I think he could step up to the plate. Especially with
Tony Keeley loves him.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty good. Now, I mean, like I said, I'm taking that approach of draft and develop. Like I'm not gonna like break the bank to fill all of these needs in here and there.
that's fair. Okay. Well, we'll
Amy
dive
would
into
love
our
you.
coaching
God,
picks.
Lee.
Yeah, I know it, man. Bargain.
Oh, thank
Randy.
you for not spending all my
goodness
money.
gracious, man. Like what?
She sound like a little witch,
Killing
man.
me,
That's
man.
crazy.
Just killing me. Okay, so look, before we jump into coaches, I do think that our free agency plan overall, we're going to have free agency episodes specifically. We're going to have a coaching episode coming out this week as well. We've got a lot of specific episodes that are going to happen. So if we didn't talk about your guy, know your guys probably coming in some way, shape, form, or fashion, Pauls, and how we're going to talk about them. But the guys in free agency are going to be affected heavily by the coach that we pick. I think that either one side of the ball or the other, if we get a Mike McDaniels, offensive guys are more likely to sign with us, some of those guys. The same thing on the defensive side. If we get, let's just say, a Robert Saleh, that will be somebody I think some defensive guys would want to go play for, especially the younger, more talented free agents that are out there would be excited about playing for a coach like that. So I think that's really going to affect it, which leads us into this conversation. Sauce, talk to us about your head coach, OC, and DC picks. I think we're all working on the assumption that we're going to keep Bones, so none of us are going to really talk about special teams.
Okay, good. I like that.
But talk to us, Sauce, about your coaching picks.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited about this one because I'm glad that he became available. For me, I think this pairing with this coach and Cam Ward could be special. My head coach pick is Mike McDaniels. Okay. I'm going with Mike McDaniels, man. I think he can definitely build the culture here in Tennessee. I mean, this man has flipped the entire Miami Dolphins program before it started to deteriorate. He had Tua operating at a high level. The way that he runs his West Coast concepts, I think, is just crisp and clean. I think it can benefit Cam Ward tremendously. I mean, just some of the stats, in 2022 when he came there, they went 9-8, first playoff berth since 2016. The next year, 11-6. I mean, they was rocking and rolling. I mean, was that the year they put up like 70 on somebody? I can't remember. What was that year that they
it was on the Broncos too, I think.
Man,
it was, man.
Like I really think he could like open up this offense with just this West Coast scheme, and he could just benefit well with Cam Ward, just pairing them together. I mean, the way that he sets up RPOs, play action, those are things that just benefit Cam at a high rate. Just quick passes, easy decisions, high-low reads. I think he can just simplify the game for Cam and just, lead with that. And then he's just running the ball with my pick of Breece Hall. Man, like dominant. Like it'd be nasty. I think the offensive line would do well with just that West Coast scheme too. Like I think those guys have the athletic ability to run outside zone and just be able to do those things to just, open up the offense. For me, one more last thing, I think what would just go well with that marriage with Mike McDaniels and Cam Ward is just Cam Ward's ability to be athletic and he has the creativity that Tua doesn't have. Tua operates in a system 1-2 kind of type of deal. Like he likes to just be in a rhythm. Cam Ward can go off script and just make creative plays out of nothing. So I think that type of stuff with Mike McDaniel's offensive mind and scheme could just be beneficial for both of them. So that's my pick for head coach. Now, people may not like my offensive coordinator that I'm going to go with, but I looked. My reason for picking this is just the continuity that has already just been built through this bad season. I'm keeping Bo Hardigree. I think he's already built a relationship with Cam. They have a rapport. I'm going to keep that and match that up with Mike McDaniels. I don't have to worry about Bo calling the plays because Mike McDaniels is calling the plays. So you could just continue to help Bo, Cam Ward, just the day-to-days and build with Cam. My defensive coordinator is I liked what he did in Miami. Cody, I think you would really like this. Is Anthony Weaver?
Say his name.
Man, I think Mike gives him a call. I know he's getting some head coach fields out there right now, but like if Mike gives him a call in my perfect offseason, he's bringing that guy right over here. You get that type of mind with Jeffrey Simmons and continue to build this defense. I mean, he had those Miami guys playing hard. They were out there hitting. So like, I just like his energy. You know what I mean? So that's what I have at defensive coordinator. Bones at special teams, and we rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Your head.
Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go,
Cody, man.
Yeah.
You love his OC.
I love the OC.
Okay,
but there's two-thirds of it I do love.
Head coach, defensive coordinator, I'm totally fine with. If you bring Bo back, you're on drugs. I cannot do it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Did the offense progress? Yeah. If it wasn't for Cam getting hurt, I think we may have ended the season, take out the first Jags game, with like 6 or 7 straight 24-point games or more. Like, I do like that progression, but get me somebody with a higher ceiling, somebody who's a little bit more experienced. Now, does it matter as much when you have a Mike McDaniels? No, it doesn't. So I can understand having a continuity approach under Mike McDaniels and say, hey, this really worked well for Cam last year, mixing that in with the schemes of what Mike will do. That would be awesome, but that's what film's for. We don't need you, Bo. Cody, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, just a quick little thing about Mike McDaniel. I love Mike McDaniel, dude. To me, he strikes me as somebody who is always a little bit ahead of the curve. We always talk about the Titans, how we're always a step behind when it comes to like different things. First of all, 2023, his total offense, 400 yards a game. First in the NFL. 265 passing yards a game, first in the NFL. 500 points scored, that was first in the NFL. They scored 61 touchdowns. Could you imagine scoring 61 touchdowns? God. They scored 61 touchdowns. They got 6.5 yards per play. That was second in the NFL. So that's kind of like the peak of Mike McDaniel. Now you kind of start getting to some regression. In 2024, the offense fell to 18th total, and the passing offense was 15th, with the rushing offense being 21st. And the scoring offense fell all the way to 22nd in the NFL with only 20 points per game. Now, Tua did miss 6 games that season. He's always got his head injuries. He's kind of always got stuff going on with his back. And then 2025 it declined even further, where the offense was 26th in yards per game. The offense was 25th with 20.4. And the EPA per play was 24th. So, I think if you pair him and you pair his mind, though, with a Cam Ward who is not Tua, and you give him the, my perfect offseason, you give him that number 1 wide receiver like a George Pickens and stuff like that. I think he can make this offensive line work. I think he can understand how to make the offensive line work and protect Cam more. But for me, because he was one of my picks. I couldn't pick between him and my guy. But I picked for my offensive coordinator for him. I picked Bobby Slowick. He's got a connection with Mike McDaniel. And then, in 2023 in C.J. Stroud's rookie year, C.J. Stroud had 23 touchdowns, 5 picks. And then C.J. Stroud looked amazing, 4,100 yards. And then they kind of regressed too. So I don't know what it is about this tree and the regression after like one great season. But to me, I would be fired up for that hire. And to anybody out there, go listen to Anthony Weaver talk about violence, and you will want him on your team and in your room, dude. Yeah.
Man, I'm good with that, man.
I like
actually.
My bad,
go ahead.
man. I just wanted to just give. I like your OC better. I like Slowick better. Now that I think about it, at the point of time of me making that, I was thinking from the aspect of just familiarity and somebody that has learned Cam over 17 games. But I think I would like Slowick even more. Like, it's just an upgrade. So I like that. But my bad, Lim. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, the person I think who may benefit the most outside of Cam from having him out there is I think he can turn Chimere Dike into like a true formidable threat. You know what I mean? Like,
where
I think
the
he's going to
screens actually
him
work.
Up to where it's not, hey, let's do this end around like we're running a wing T or something. Like, I think that he could really scheme him up to put him in positions where he could really use his skill set. So I'm all in on that. Cody, talk to us about who your coaching candidates were.
Well, Randy did take my 1A. This is my 1B. I mean, it's John Harbaugh. You cannot go wrong with John Harbaugh. I think this is kind of like the elite hire, the culture setter, if you will, the guy that's going to come in, demand respect of the room. 193 wins, 124 losses, 61% win percentage. He's won a Super Bowl. He's a coach of the year in 2019. And to me, it's just like, it's all about getting back to the basics, man. This team has just been like, just completely hamstrung of just like any type of culture. It seems like everything just has been sliding downhill. And then as soon as we get a guy like Mike McCoy, it seems like it starts coming up just a little bit and the team starts performing better. So I would, if we could get him, it sounds like he's kind of interested. They said that we're in the mix, so I don't know what that means. I mean, there's a lot of ingredients. I mean, there's a lot of teams in there. I mean, to me, I think that would send this fan base into a tizzy if we got him, and I think it would earn Amy Adams Strunk a lot of praise as well from a lot of the fan base who, quite frankly, I think is pretty frustrated with her. So with my offensive coordinator for him, it is Todd Monken. I know Todd Monken is this guy. A lot of people don't like him. It kind of sounds like it's like a deal breaker with him. Like, you got to take Todd Monken because he likes Todd Monken. In 2023, Todd Monken's offense scored 28 points a game, which was fourth in the NFL. It was 370 yards a game, which was sixth in the NFL. Lamar Jackson won the MVP. So, I mean, he can formulate good offenses. In the 2024 season with Todd Monken, the offense was first in the NFL with 425 yards per game.
Goodness.
25 yards per game. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, granted, that's Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. I mean, that's kind of hard not to do. But still, 30.5 points per game, 30 NFL, first in rushing offense. Again, you got Derrick Henry, you got Lamar Jackson. I get it, but he could scheme up the run game. First in yards per play, 6.8. Passing yards per game, 7th. You know, and then it kind of took a little decline in 2025, and they went 8 and 9. But I would take that. And then for my defensive coordinator, he's already got a relationship with him, and he's already in the building. I would just keep him, Denard Wilson.
Okay. Okay.
I like that.
Okay. You know, I'm one of those
I like
guys.
that. I ain't mad.
I like Denard, man. He squeezed every ounce of juice out of that. You know what I mean? Like, he did all he could with this defense to just keep them in games. So I'm not mad at that. John Harbaugh, I mean, there's just no arguing. You're not going to find somebody with that type of win percentage, that type of pedigree, that type of respect around the league from both coaches and players. Those type of people don't come up in free agency. That's just very, very. I'll put it to you this way: he is picking where he goes. Enough said.
It's time to get our lick back. They take all our good players. We're going to take their good coach.
What you gonna do now, boy? I'm good with it, man. Sauce, what you think?
Man, I love it. I love it, man. I think John Harbaugh will be able to bring some culture to this team. I think he's well respected around the league. Players that respect him, they'll play hard for him. I'm not mad at that. The same way that I would love like an offensive mind, I love John Harbaugh for his ability to cultivate and build. Like, you know, he's not sided one way. He's not like a defensive mind or he's not an offensive mind, but he just knows how to get the right guys in the building. He knows how to build a staff and just build up a team. So I like the way that he leads. So I think he'd have these guys turned around in a season or two. You know what I mean? We might be looking at a wild card, you know. I like it. I like it a lot. And I like Denard's energy. I think Denard deserves a position wherever he goes. If he's retained here or if he's moved elsewhere, Denard deserves a job because he made chicken salad out of chicken poop, bro. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. So to be able to be that creative with limited resources and limited, like that, to me, that shows high football IQ and high just coaching ability. So, you know, I love it. I love it, Cody. I can't even hate on it.
Yeah, man. I'm rocking with that staff. I'm gonna close it out with my guys. I am going with 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. This is definitely being influenced by last night's game. I'm just going to be honest. Recency bias is in full effect right now. Seeing him run down the sideline like a 6'4" child, smiling as his team makes a stop. Like, I'm in on that, man, because he's a guy who demands excellence. He can scheme a heck of a defense. I mean, just think about all the injuries and lack thereof talent, you know, when it comes to the 49ers. They're missing one of the best edge rushers in the league, and he's making it happen. Like, I just personally think that Robert Saleh's a guy who can really bring it together. I think he got the short end of the stick with the Jets. He had very limited support from ownership. They came in and brought in essentially a quarterback who acted like the team owner, made them make all these changes and then blame the coach for it. Like, I'm not with that. I think Saleh is a guy, if you give him a quarterback, you give him a few pieces on defense, he's going to make it happen. And on the offensive side, I'm going to go with Cliff Kingsbury. Why do I like Cliff? I think there's a few key things that I respect. One, he was an all air raid guy when he was in college. but then came to the league and became an NFL balanced style offense. He had high rush rates in a few of his years. And to be able to be adaptable in those ways is something I really like. The downside to him is a lot of times his offenses week 1 through 10 look like world beaters. And at the end, it kind of dies down a little bit. I think that changes with having some more strong minds around him and having not to do so much when he was a head coach. Now that he's just an OC, being able to focus on that side of the ball, having a young offensive, weapon like Cam Ward really gives him the ability to spread his wings and show what he can really do as a coordinator, and then maybe rehab his reputation a little bit and get another opportunity down the line. And then to finish up my defensive coordinators, you guys don't know him, but Daniel Bullocks. He is the defensive back coach for the 49ers. I'm going to keep the continuity that Robert Saleh has built with him, get somebody who has a real strong secondary presence because our secondary is where we need the most help. Him plus Saleh can really help shore up that defense and get us back to where we were just a short time ago when we were a top 15, top 10 defense at times. So that's where I'd see us being the most successful. He's a guy who's really, really known for developing defensive backs, guys you've never heard of, play for him, and then they come out of the 49ers system looking like all-stars. So I am in on Robert Saleh, Cliff Kingsbury, Daniel Bullocks as my trio. Thoughts, questions, or concern?
Go for it, Randy.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
He
But
said
that
Daniel
all
Bullocks,
sounds
he's
like
"I'm
a
done."
load of crap. I'm not sold on Salah one bit. I know you've been waiting,
Really?
and I'm gonna get you. I'm not sold on Salah, bro. Like when he had the chance, he failed tremendously, man. Like, I mean, yeah, all that energy is cool, but for what? Saul. He did nothing. He did nothing. That's why he had to downgrade and go back to what he is familiar with. I don't think he can lead a team. I don't know if he can just handle it all, man. You know what I mean? But I like Salah as a guy, cool guy, but I'm not sold. I don't want him as a Titans head coach. I'm sorry.
Okay, Cody, you go and put another bullet in me. What you think?
I mean, I don't hate Robert Saleh. I like Robert Saleh. I think one of his greatest qualities is that he hates Liam Cohen. I mean, he was after a game, he was like, "I will literally kill you. Like, you think I'm kidding? I will end your life." I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So I think hey, that's great for the rivalry.
Yeah.
His defenses are phenomenal. Now, what I would need to know is why did it go so bad with the Jets? Why are these reports coming out that you're like keeping tabs on the reporters and like kind of like what they're saying about you? Why are you kind of getting your own way about this? I'm all for the PK versus Robert Saleh dynamic. And I mean, I think that electricity, I mean, it just writes itself. It's Rock versus Stone Cold WrestleMania 17 all over again. So I'm all for it. Cliff Kingsbury, to me, I don't know.
He haven't turned up.
He's incredibly handsome, and I will give him that.
He's
But,
cool.
yeah, I mean, he wears his cool guy shades when he's out there. I mean, he's got a lot of swag. My wife won't be able to go to games if he's the offensive coordinator anymore. But I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about his offense, but like from year 1 to year 2, it takes a massive dip. I don't know why. Kyler Murray, I thought when he finally got Kyler Murray, I thought Kyler Murray was going to start going crazy, and he did. I think they started out like 10-0, 11-0 or something like that.
Yeah, it went crazy.
And then they finished the season sorry and got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, and the next year it was even worse.
Yeah.
And then David Bullock's no idea who that is. Glad that you do. If he's able to coach up our cheap DBs and make them all stars, I'm all for it.
Look, I'm just not going to stand for the Saleh and Kingsbury hate. Saleh is a leader of men, and that's what we need. And Kingsbury, he's just okay. Sure, they figured out. Give me a year of a potent offense. I'll take it. I don't care, man. You can get rid of an
points
OC
on the
quick.
board.
Mike McDaniel will
give me
get
some
multiple
points on the board, man. Teach Cam the ways. Just show us that that's possible. Show us the mountaintop we can reach to. Like, that's what I need. And then I'm going to depend on the leader of men, Robert Saleh, to be the guy to keep that momentum high and just figure it out, man. just figure it out. Again, he is a cool cat. He's a player's coach. Robert Saleh is just a coach for the people. And, you ask why Saleh's, the tenure didn't go so well with the Jets. Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. Do I need to say more? I mean, come on, man. He was given the worst. He was given Brandon Allen. That's what he was given. Brandon Allen, the guy who had the lowest yards per attempt and the lowest amount. I'm not even going to go into it.
Justin Fields, not a bad running back option for us, I will say. I mean, if he's got
what I'm
that
saying.
relationship already,
Line him up in the eye.
That's what he was dealing with, man.
But again, I
Westbrook
just,
Jr.
I could see Robert Saleh having like one of these little peon assistants. He's guys like, hey, I need you to go stand up by the media and just listen to what they got to say about me, and then just report back. If they're saying anything negative,
There's nothing
I need
wrong
you to
with
tell
just
me.
getting a pulse for the people, man. Look, when you were dating your girl, you asked me, you say, hey, just see what she thinks about me. I did that for you. I did that for you, man.
And 9 years later, I appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying, man. And you're still a man in my heart, even though you asked me to do that, man. Yeah, I just brought personal business here. Yeah, I did it. But look, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. I do want to give you guys just a heads up again. This week, we're going to go and just dive into who our favorite coaching candidates are. We gave you guys a little taste of who we like, but we're interviewing like 16, 17 different people right now. Like, we've got a lot of people to walk through, but we're going to give you our favorites. That's what we're going to do this week. So really be ready for that. But thank you for kicking it with us. Sauce, Cody, any closing comments before we wrap up for today?
Well, I think you're a little bit of a crackhead for your Robert Saleh take, and and quite frankly, listen, I'm just gonna say this real quick. David Bailey, first round pick, 14.5 sacks. That's all we need.
Well, I can't wait to have our draft episode. I know we
Hey,
didn't
I
walk
can't
through our
wait.
draft picks on this one, but I cannot wait.
We
I
want this guy,
cannot wait.
the guy whose arms don't reach his hips.
It don't matter because he can run you up a hill, boy. All right, look. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. Press man coverage. We out.
We out, man.
Ruben Bates' hands touch his chest, not his hips. He puts
We're
his hands
done.
on his
We're
chest.
done. We're
He
done.
got limb. I was get on the. Never mind.
Thank you. We out, man. Press man coverage.